Welcome back, folks. This month's episode of Hotspots is going old school.
I'm Chiefy, local scuba diver, underwater hunter, and author. Join me every month as I comb this South Florida paradise, looking for the most unique places we have to offer. From the ocean to the famous S-curve to the water playground out west, Deerfield Beach is the nautical destination for family, fun, and adventure. We're taking a trip into the past, a trip to the Deerfield Beach of the 1920s. On our first stop, we head to the old schoolhouse of Deerfield Beach. It borders City Hall and sits across the street from what used to be a pineapple grove. But don't take my word for it. Here to tell us everything we need to know is our city's resident historian, Amy K. Tanner.
Why is this a hotspot?
Well, Chiefy, I think this is a hot spot because it gives you a place to bring your family and see what it used to be. It provides a multi-generational trip. Grandma and Grandpa may have gone to a school like this.
Ah, good point. This was the beginning of public schools, correct?
It was. Could you move over a little bit?
Okay.
Can you say awkward? Amy says this one-room schoolhouse was located in the heart of downtown Deerfield Beach and also served as a dance hall, a meeting place for residents, and was even considered City Hall for a while. This hometown museum is packed with period pieces like oak desks stuffed with a slate for the children to write on. Children's toys remind us of a simpler time. No iPads here, just books for story time. And get this, the old schoolhouse still has the original blackboard.
School time is over. We're heading to the next hotspot. I'm sitting on the front porch of the Butler House. I mean, this place has so much to offer, built in 1923. Let's go inside and learn a lot more about the way things were back then.
It's the jewel of Deerfield Beach's historical crown and tells the endearing story of pioneers J.D. and Alice Butler.
All right, guys, let's check out the Butler crib. The Butler crib. The Butler crib.
This couple played a critical role in the city's early development. Their two-story house was the first ever in the city complete with indoor plumbing and electricity. The rooms are still packed with the original furnishings and unique period pieces that paint a picture of old South Florida.
Guys, check this out. Built in 1928. It's a refrigerator.
This was Aunt Alice and Uncle Jim's original china.
I've got some fresh lobster and I'd love to put it on this fancy china.
Not on your life.
Folks, the grounds are perfect for special events like weddings. And check this out, one of the oldest banyan trees in Deerfield Beach. Adjacent to the Butler House and nestled under the shade of the Great Banyan is Pioneer House, commonly called Kester Cottage. This piece of 1920s real estate was built by the Kester brothers. The brothers built about 50 of these cottages as the population began to rise in this sleepy city by the sea.
The Historical Society made every effort to dress the house of the period, 1920s. We start with our Victrola. You would crank it up and hope that you cranked it enough to get the whole record. Our table is set with depression glass. We have our stand-up radio, which the family would sit around and listen to the radio.
So I'm thinking, when are you going to invite me over for dinner?
Not on your life, Chiefy.
Awkward.
I don't think so.
Both the Butler House and Kester Cottage have a little something nostalgic for everyone looking to take a trip down memory lane. But we got to keep moving, folks, and there's no better way than by...
Hey, Chiefy, welcome to the museum.
Bob, how are you? This is great.
I'm fine, thank you.
What do you think of my hat?
It's a beauty.
Come on, let's go inside.
All right.
The South Florida Railroad Museum is the perfect place for families, historians, and train lovers of all ages. And get this, it's located inside Deerfield Beach's old train station, built in 1927. Bob Leonard, a member of the museum, helped us out as we learned a little something about how Deerfield Beach got on track.
The museum is to satisfy both, the train enthusiast, the guy who would rather stand out there by the tracks and watch the trains go by. Plus, we have the history of the trains, some of the displays we have here, and we try to take care of the guy who is interested in replicating the past in model form.
I learned a lot today. Aside from our beautiful beaches, fabulous pier, and other nautical goodies, Deerfield Beach is also a place where you can bring the kids for an educational trip back in time, or for historians looking for a new adventure. History is cool, and Deerfield Beach is the place to discover old South Florida.
All aboard! All aboard! See you at the next hotspot.